The murder of an aristocrat. George Smith was murdered on Sunday evening. There were 5 other people in his house. Mr. Smith's wife, his personal cook, a butler, a housemaid, and a gardener. They all told Detective Stevens what they were doing that evening. This is Detective Stevens, and she is Mr. Smith's wife, and this guy is gardener, and she is this person is the housemaid, and this is the cook, and this is the butler. Okay? Mrs. Smith was reading a book near a fireplace. The cook was making breakfast. The butler was giving instruction to workers in the living room. The housemaid was washing the dishes. The gardener was watering plants in the greenhouse. Right after all the conversations, the detective arrested the murderer. Who was the killer, and how did Stevens find the criminal? Silly murderer. The detective was speaking to a doctor in a waiting room when a dismayed man rushed in and screamed, "Someone shot my wife!" The detective asked the man to tell him everything. The man, Mr. Clark, said that he was at work when his housekeeper called him and said that something terrible had happened to his wife and that she was in the intensive care unit. He hung up immediately and went to the hospital. When Mr. Clark finished his story, the detective arrested him on an attempted murder charge. Why did he do this? Escape. The detective once had to find an escaped prisoner. He knew that the criminal was hiding in one of these houses, but he had to know the exact address so as not to frighten away the criminal. First, he took a photo of the houses with the help of a drone. When he looked at the photo, he realized where the criminal was. Where was that fugitive, and how was he found?